Hello, Lighthouse family. For those of you guys that do not know me, my name is Gavin, and I'm an intern here at Lighthouse. My testimony is one of the Lord's faithfulness to me when I was and still am completely undeserving of it. I remember arriving into LA June of the 10th, 2019, completely unaware of what I was getting myself into. I'd only heard about Lighthouse through Josh Carroll, who was my undergrad professor. He asked me if I wanted to be an intern at Lighthouse, to which I eagerly and unawarely said, yeah, sure. I never looked at the church website. I never visited the church. I never heard of Torrance. I had only visited LA for a few hours, but without knowing what I was getting into, the Lord was gracious to pave the way forward for me. And since being here, I've been able to see the Lord's goodness to me far more than I deserve. But right before this chapter of Lighthouse, graduating from my undergrad degree and leaving the community I knew for 3 years, I really questioned God. I asked the Lord, Lord, where am I going to find a community like this? Little did I know that He would provide such a wonderful community here at Lighthouse. I remember entering into the office doors, the church office doors, being embraced with such hospitality and love and acceptance by the staff. And what makes it even more special is that the same way that they treated me back then is the same way you guys treat me today. It reminded me a lot of Romans 12, 3-5, that regardless of culture or background or ethnicity, I was a part of the family of God. And I saw that reflected at Lighthouse. From the staff all the way to the little kids calling me Uncle Gavin. I remember when I first moved here, my living situation was a little questionable. I was living in an Airbnb that was not what I expected it to be at all. And on a quick side note, please read the overview over and over and over before you book an Airbnb. Don't belate me. But a week after arriving and starting my internship, I got to meet one of the young families that were serving in praxis at the time. The day after I met them, I was sharing with them my living situation. They told me that I can stay at their home during the time they were out of town. And I didn't even remember their names. Yet, this hospitality was one of the many ways that I've seen the Lord's faithfulness to me through these past 10 months. From serving me food to have me over for Christmas to giving me a car when mine broke down to meeting my financial needs when I was scammed $1,000. Lighthouse, you have shown me in a watching world Christ time and time again, and I'm so thankful. I still don't know what all the reasons as to why the Lord has me here. And I probably will never know in this life, but if there's one thing that He's shown me evidently is that in trusting His direction, He is gracious to provide. Even here, I've made some foolish mistakes, some funny and some not, and yet morning after morning, His mercies remain new. And I pray, brothers and sisters of Lighthouse, that wherever the Lord places you, wherever He calls you, or He has you in, that you would trust Him with all the details of your life, knowing that He knows better than you know yourself. And He knows exactly what you need. Your life is no longer your own. You are Christ's. It has been bought with a price. Trust that although your life is no longer your own, He is still good to keep you in His love for His name's sake. Even now in this pandemic, I've been so grateful for the many ways the Lord has been gracious to me. From the Zoom Bible studies I've been able to have with my praxis friends, to Zoom dinners, to the constant truths from our pastors, I've been so blessed by the many ways we as a church have been thriving in this season. It is by no means easy. And for myself, I've seen how the Lord has shown me a lot of things that I've been treasuring over Him. Things like comfort and health. But I'm thankful for the constant reminders that my hope is founded in something far greater than this world can ever offer. The season will pass, and we will be reunited one day. But even more so, this is pointing me to the real reunion that will take place in paradise when we will see our living Redeemer in a glorified body that will never know sickness or pain or suffering as our eyes behold him forever. Lighthouse, how I long to see you there, not as Lighthouse, but as the bride of Christ. So I give thanks to God for the way he has brought me here to be with you for however long a season. He truly does know what we need and what's best for us. I love you, Lighthouse. Thank you for being a people I can call my brothers and sisters.